Hi everyone, I'm really excited to share with you my fourth interview. Today I'm here with Rehnan Overmiller, founder of Eros Fitness Mobile Training, where they bring the gym to you. And I've tried it myself. It's really fun. Hope you like it. Bye! Hello, what is your name and what is your business?
I am Rehnan Overmiller, and I own Eros Fitness Mobile Training.
Wow. So, tell me a bit about you. How did you come up with the idea? What was your childhood like?
My childhood was always around health and wellness, so we had different health and wellness clubs. We were around a lot of different health products, things like that. And so I actually have been training for 11 years.
Wow.
I became a master trainer 2 years ago, and I created one of the first mobile fitness trucks.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you first work at a gym before you started?
Yeah,
Or-
so I've worked in a lot of great gyms all over the country. I've lived in 10 different states. I've had the opportunity to work in some small gyms, some big gyms, some corporate gyms, all the fun stuff. So I've kind of been all around.
When did you want to create your own business doing gyms?
So I've always kind of wanted my own business, and I always wanted to figure out the best way to help people. And the best way was to give their time back. And so by doing that, I'm bringing the gym to them. I'm giving them no excuse. So about 2 years ago, I stopped working at other gyms, and I actually became full mobile. I sold my Mustang. I built the truck out completely, and now we bring the gym directly to you.
So where you said you always wanted to build a business, did that come from your parents or were you always very entrepreneurial?
So my parents were very entrepreneurial. We've owned 5 businesses whenever I was growing up.
Wow.
They owned different ones.
All together?
Yep, both my dad and my mom. And so by growing up with them and seeing how they were entrepreneurs, it really pushed me to be that entrepreneur as well.
Amazing. You said you sold your Mustang. That must have been hard, right? Tell me a bit about
It was
that.
very hard. It was very hard. I had that Mustang for about 5 years.
Wow.
And I knew the only way for me to figure out how to build my own business was I had to give up something that I loved to build something even better.
You must have believed a lot in your business, right?
I believed it 100%.
Amazing. So how did you come up with the mobile gym fitness idea?
So that was one of the biggest things that was the hardest thing to do. Is a lot of people have the excuse of, I can't make it to the gym. I don't have time for the gym. There's too many people at the gym. So me, as an entrepreneur, I tried to think outside of the box. How can I literally bring the gym to people? And so my idea was get a truck, build a whole cage around it. Everything fits inside of it. Bring it straight to them. They have no more excuses.
You said you were one of the first ones to do it. Did someone else do it after you or before you?
There's been more people. There is a lot of mobile trainers during COVID. A lot of trainers actually went more to their homes because they weren't allowed to go work at a gym. So there was a 2-year period where we weren't even allowed to go to the gym.
Wow.
So now some trainers have done it in different ways. They have big whole semis, they have big vans, they have different things. While with me, those take up a lot of space. So what I did is I condensed everything and I put it all in one. And so now you literally work off of the truck.
Amazing. Could you give me like a short everything that happened? You sold your Mustang, started a business, and then what happened after that? Like,
oh man. So we've moved. So I'm from Louisiana.
yes,
I moved to Jackson, Mississippi. That's when I first started training. Okay?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. Then I moved to Oklahoma with my family. And then I moved to Key West. I lived in Key West.
Wow, a lot of states.
A lot of states. Then we moved to Texas. Then I moved back to Oklahoma. And then I moved to Pompano, South Florida. Then we moved to Tampa. And now we're here in Sarasota. So it has been
cool.
a full whirlwind. So a lot has happened in those years. But every year, every step has been all to get to this point, to where we're at now.
What was your hardest challenge in all of this? You've been through many many states, you've run a business. What was your hardest challenge in all of that?
Hardest challenge is believing in yourself and the confidence. So having the confidence to take the step of faith, to step through the door, to be an entrepreneur and say, I'm not going to work for anybody else. I'm going to build this myself. I'm going to build my dream. And so that was the hardest thing for me, was to just take that step.
Yeah, you said that it was hard to sell your Mustang. So yeah, that must have been a challenge. How did you come over that challenge?
I had no other option. So I was let go from a gym that couldn't afford me, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I just moved to a new state. I wasn't going to go work for another corporation. That wasn't what I was going to do, and I had no other choice. And I made the decision, and not even 2 weeks later, I sold my Mustang, built the truck out, and in 3 months, I had my first client.
What you said that your hardest challenge was believing in yourself. But what was your fear? Did you ever doubt yourself? Did you think that you weren't going to make it?
I've never thought that I'm not going to make it, because once you start doubting yourself, then you won't be a good entrepreneur. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in God. You have to have faith that God is going to provide for every step of the way. And that's one of the hardest things to do, because we want to rely on ourselves, but that's not what we're called to do. We're called to rely on Him.
So you knew you couldn't doubt yourself, but was there a moment that you wanted to?
There's a lot of moments where you feel like this was all a mistake. Yes. But you quickly have to turn your way. You have to veer the other way, because that's just Satan to me, talking to me, telling me that I can't do it, whenever I know this is what I'm called to do.
That's amazing. So, another question. What helped you with that? You said that you tried to not doubt yourself. What helped you with that?
My wife, my baby, my family, my friends, my clients that I have now who keep pushing me, why I show up every single day. Being an entrepreneur can be a lonely road, but having the people around you that are going to push you, motivate you, keep you to know that you are strong, you can do this, that's how you're going to get through it every day.
So what did you learn from those challenges and moments that could be good advice for anyone here watching? Just some good advice.
My good advice would be, just if you have a vision, don't veer from that. Take that vision.
What does that mean?
Don't swerve from it. Don't veer from it, right? So believe in yourself. Take the faith, because maybe that's what God is telling you, is to step through that door. Maybe He's challenging you to be that entrepreneur, because it's called on us to have an entrepreneur spirit. Not everybody is called to have that, and that's okay. But if you have a vision, you have something that is there for you, look for it, pray for it, and step through, because it might be the biggest change of your life.
And how are you planning to expand? If you're planning to do that, like, are you planning to buy another truck? If you are, you can't be at both at the same time. Tell me about that.
So, yes, I do plan to expand. The goal is to bring on good trainers, and that's my ultimate goal. I love coaching, and I love teaching that other trainers can become great coaches. And so the goal is to have multiple trucks in a territory, and then we'll get good trainers who are going to train and take the name just like I do, and we're going to go out there and we're going to send out different areas to start training.
What is up? That's amazing. What's one of your plans to get the good trainers?
It's very hard. It's very hard to find those. So you have to have faith. You have to believe.
What's your strategy to do that?
It's all about personality. You can read. You read the room. You feel people. You see how they train. You can't just let anybody come into your territory, because they can also hurt your business, right? They can hurt your brand. And so you have to only bring on the good people who are going to take your brand seriously and take it as their own. And so that's a very hard thing to do, but you just keep going, you keep pushing and believing that God's going to provide the right people for you.
So how do you give back or help others to the community if you do?
So my goal is to bring community together with health and wellness. And so by giving back their life, letting them go longer as they age, we're all about functionality. So we work on strength, mobility, and corrective exercise. So by giving that back to them, a lot of people who can't even stand up or stand up by themselves, we are giving that back to them. And so my goal is to help people flourish, live longer, and have healthier lives.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. It has been an honor and pleasure interviewing. Thank you very much for your time.
It's been my pleasure.
Hi, everyone. Here are a few things that I learned from this interview with Rehnan Overmiller. 1. You need to give something you love to create something even better. 2. You need to think outside of the box if you want to create something different. 3. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in God. And you need to trust the process. And 4. If you have a vision, don't give up. Do it. Make it happen. And I hope you leave all of your comments down below. Click that like and subscribe button. Hope you like the video coming next. Bye!